What's up, YouTube? This is Mathwas97 and welcome to episode number 37 of SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 General Manager Mode, coming to you from Edmond, Oklahoma for the November 22nd edition of the series. And as we can see here, looking at our match card in the main event, we will have a World Heavyweight Championship triple threat matchup between Triple H, The Rock, and The Big Show, because we've got people who want title shots. Jesus, do we have people who want title shots. But Survivor Series will be the next episode of GM Mode, and unfortunately, we only have so many matches on the card. So I figured, you know what, for this pay-per-view, I'm going to try something different. We're actually not going to have the world title be defended. I'm going to put the spotlight on some other superstars and see how we do, see how they can carry the pay-per-view. So that's obviously what's going to be taking place at Survivor Series. That's why we have the world title matchup here tonight. But before we even get to the world title match, we have the debut of our newest SmackDown superstar, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and he'll be taking on Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, here in our opening contest. And I mean, we just saw that Monday Night Raw, after they stole Kurt Angle away from us, and we really needed somebody. We needed to get somebody back to really turn the tides back in our favor. And perhaps Hollywood could be that guy. As we see right now, Hogan and Flair, they're locking up. Who's going to win this test of strength? And it's Hollywood who gets the upper hand. And well, you can see, Hollywood certainly is no stranger to his ego, as he's definitely showboating for the fans here, just letting this SmackDown crowd know who's boss. Ric Flair, he had to take a moment there to kind of compose himself, so he dropped to the outside. And now look at this, Flair from behind, counter from Hogan, and as he delivers the elbows to the skull. And now Hogan, side Russian leg sweep as he takes down Flair. But yes, Survivor Series is the next episode, and the matches I plan on having for that pay-per-view are going to be the tag team title matchup between Christian and, no, not Christian, what am I saying? Jericho and Edge, Batista and Eddie, Bret Hart and the British Bulldog. That's what's going to be going down. And then after that, we're going to have the Cruiserweight Championship match between Ric Flair, Paul London, and Rey Mysterio. Because I already announced that that matchup was going to take place at Survivor Series. And I know that really had nothing to do with GM Mode. I could have just as easily had it tonight. But I feel like if I announced it for Survivor Series, that's where it's got to happen. So that's what I'm doing. And that's my final decision. And then, of course, the main event will be a Raw vs. SmackDown matchup. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, because we will get an announcement later in the episode as to what Survivor Series will hold. So I'm going to keep you guys in suspense for a little bit, and I will reveal that later on when we get to that bridge. We will cross it then. I don't know why I feel like saying that phrase. So, that's like the third commentary that I've done that I've said that phrase. I guess that's what happens when I have to do so many commentaries in a single day, because I had to do... because I haven't been able to record a commentary for like 2 weeks. I said that in episode 35, and that episode actually just recorded yesterday. Not yesterday, Thursday. So it would have been 2 days ago that I recorded it, and today is Saturday. And I just finished recording like a bunch of Universe Mode commentaries because I need the videos, because if I'm going to be having another 2-week period where I can't do commentaries, then I need to have the videos ready while I have the chance. So that's what I'm doing. And so that's why if any of my commentaries sound kind of like blah, 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 that's what's going on. Also, it's still kind of early in the morning, because I started this at like very early in the morning. Basically, as soon as I woke up, I started commentating, and it's been like almost 3 hours, and I'm still doing it. So not always the greatest for the voice, but I don't work today, so I suppose I won't really need to use my voice, so that's fine. That's fine. But anyway, so we can see now Hogan taking the fight to Flair. Flair with a counter. Kick to the gut from Hogan, as now he's got Flair in position. Counter from Flair. Strike to the back, as now Hogan dropped to his knees. But, yeah, as for what's going on, I know that I have just recently started up my Pokemon series. Basically, the plan for that series, I mean, because I would like to try to get daily uploads as frequently as possible, frequently as I possibly can. Unfortunately, the past several weeks, because I could not get commentaries done, that was out of the question. I was unable to get the, I was like way off. Like I would have 3 days in between a video, and I think that happened like twice. But also because I've been working as well, and I really haven't had the time, so that even if I was going to upload the video, I really didn't have, like, I would have to leave my laptop running while I was elsewhere. And that wasn't ideal, but we'll see how things go in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to try to get these videos up as daily as possible. Not necessarily just GM mode, but, you know, like, have a video every day, cycling between my 3 series I have at the moment. But basically, my priorities are still GM mode and universe mode. Pokemon is more so just to kind of spice things up a little bit, throw something in there to add a bit of variety. And if for some reason I can't get any commentaries done, then I have a video which already has commentary that I just have to edit, which doesn't take that long. It really doesn't take any time away from my Universe Mode videos or my GM Mode videos. And especially considering now at this point, as I speak, which is September 12th, as I'm doing this commentary, this video will probably be out a week or so later, depending on what all videos I upload in what order. But basically, I've got all my Universe Mode recorded, and I just rendered out the final episode prior to Money in the Bank that I will still need to do commentary for. So I'm almost done with editing my Universe Mode anyway, so editing the Pokemon videos will not at all detract from the series at this point. As we see now, Hogan drops the leg on Flair into the cover, 2 count. That is it, folks. Hogan wins in his debut. Well, apparently that one fan thinks Hollywood is God. I wouldn't buy into Hulkamania that much, but yeah, I mean, I guess he does have sort of a godlike presence with the WWE Universe. Although Hollywood Hogan, bit of a different story, but at the moment it seems as though the fans are getting behind Hollywood Hogan, so we'll see how that plays out. But now we move on to the main event, which is for the World Heavyweight Championship, as Triple H will defend the gold against two needy superstars. We have one man who I feel as though is deserving of a potential world title shot, just maybe not yet. And then we have the Big Show, who, yeah, we have the Big Show. And then we have The Rock here, who is still fairly new to the roster in his own right, after he made his debut at the No Mercy pay-per-view. Since then, Rock, he's, well, basically gotten into this rivalry with Triple H, and he's really been sort of pushed to the top. And that's kind of what we got to do with these new superstars. We get the high popularity guys, and they got to be put into some sort of rivalry. We got to make good use of them so that we can try to show Monday Night Raw that we don't need Kurt Angle, that traitor. I swear, if I do not want to get Kurt Angle back on this roster for this game. He betrayed me. I can get him for 07, that's fine, but you know, I feel like if I go back to try to trade for Kurt Angle, then I'm just giving in to what Monday Night Raw wants, and I'm giving in to a traitor. I mean, Kurt Angle, obviously, he's not SmackDown through and through. He clearly is not a SmackDown guy. He's not a team player, and I don't really want a guy like that on my roster. So for all intents and purposes, good riddance, Kurt Angle. I don't need you. But you know, I mean, then plus I'd be giving Raw I'd be giving Raw a superstar that they shouldn't really have, because Kurt Angle just jumped ship like that. So either way, I'm losing somebody. So if I would trade away one of my loyal SmackDown superstars to get back a traitor, I don't feel like that's a good business decision. And granted, I know that has nothing to do with GM mode. I guess it's more of just personal pride that is causing me to do this, but honestly, you know, loyalty on a show has to stand for something, and I'll be damned if my superstars who are loyal to the show, who stick by my side even in the most dire moments, if I trade them away to get a traitor who just left us hanging high and dry. That's not exactly what I stand by. So I apologize for those of you Kurt Angle fans, but honestly, hopefully you understand my my opinion on this situation. Like I said, 07, sure, fine. I'll be playing as Monday Night Raw on 07 anyway, so perhaps I can get a good sort of story angle out of it with Kurt Angle being on my show. But for now, no. Kurt Angle, he can stay there, and he can rot with the Raw roster, because SmackDown is going to take over this ratings war. It has only just begun, and Monday Night Raw, they're in for a living hell once we start to get going. I mean, at the moment, we are still in kind of a rebuilding process with our rivalries, but once we get them going, we are going to just take over. We're going to hijack the ratings war. Maybe I'll have to run a slander promotion or something sometime fairly shortly, because, I mean, Monday Night Raw, that was downright dirty what they did with Kurt Angle. I think I could get a good slander promotion out of that. But at the moment, when I'm taking a look at, like, my schedule, how far I think I'll be able to get to with this GM mode, at the moment, I would like to end it off on a pay-per-view before I, like, cut out and just do a couple weeks of the Universe mode for 2K16. I'm not sure, though, if I'm going to be able to make it to the Royal Rumble or if I'm only going to get to Armageddon. Because if I have more moments like this where I can't get commentaries done and my channel is just sort of stuck in limbo, then I will probably only get to Armageddon. That would be my goal. But if I can get to the Royal Rumble, that would be awesome. But honestly, if I can't end it on a pay-per-view, if I get to an episode of SmackDown or something, it's not too big of a deal because I'll be picking it up. Like, I'm not going to let it hang like I did with 2008. Like, if I already have videos recorded and ready to go, which chances are I probably will, it won't take too much to edit those. I'll probably give it like a week or two if I do have the GM videos all ready to go. Oh, look at that, Triple H, a low blow to the referee. Well, I guess it's a triple threat, no disqualification. Triple H can do what he wants, but now he's got a steel chair, and, well, he's going to try to end this matchup here, but... Okay, so, triple threat is disqualification, I forgot. But anyway, well, I'll rage later. As we can see, the chairman of the board announcing a Buried Alive match, where the winner will gain the number 30 entry into the Royal Rumble. So that is right, at Survivor Series, Raw and SmackDown will each choose a superstar to face off in a Buried Alive match. And, well, that is huge. We're in Chicago for Survivor Series, so that's going to be a big event. So we can see Raw gets a 3.5-star show rating as they win the ratings war again. Look at that, Hell in the Cell main event. What the... I'm not going to say anything. I've said my piece already. And we get a 3-star show, even though our show is far more consistent. Does consistency count for nothing? We had like 1 3-star match. The rest were like 4 or 3.5. Ah! But yeah, we got an email from Vince McMahon. Each show will select a superstar to compete in the Buried Alive matchup. So that's going to be big. That's going to be huge. I hope you're all excited for Survivor Series for that Buried Alive matchup. I'm going to have to try to figure out the mechanics for that matchup so I don't blow it. But anyway, take a look at our popularity. Things are looking pretty good at the moment. We've got some contracts we need to extend. The British Bulldog, his contract is getting close to expiring. I might try to pick up Mankind, maybe, or I'll try to trade him or do something. We'll see exactly what I'm going to do with the British Bulldog yet. But anyway, that is it for this episode. You can take a look at the rivalries. We are getting there. They're all building up. And these are our champions prior to the pay-per-view. And if things go as they have in the past, we might see some new champions at Survivor Series. But as I was saying, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and until the next episode, as always, keep on YouTubing.